Hey, second grade. Today we are going to be learning about plants. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, what are plants? It's pretty obvious, but let's go through it. Plants are living just like us. Some plants are big or small. They grow and die. Most have leaves. Some will even grow flowers, which grow into fruit. And fruit contains seeds for more plants to grow. So if you look on the right here, you see a bunch of fruits on a tree. It's kind of a weird looking tree. You may not have seen it before. Do you know what fruit this is? I'll give you a hint. It has the name of a mythical creature as a part of its name. Can you guess it? Well, it is a dragon fruit. At least it doesn't breathe fire. Alright, enough of cheesy jokes. Let's learn more about plants. So, as we learned, there are many different types of plants. The types of plants are trees, climbers, creepers, herbs, shrubs, wild plants, weeds, and water plants. So there are several types. Let's break it down a little bit more here. Alright, so trees. Trees are big and tall. Trees have many branches. You can see that from our baobab tree on the right. And then also, palm trees and coconut trees do not have branches. They have what are called palms. So as you can see, our coconut tree in the bottom right there looks like it has branches, but those are palms. They're slightly different. They're usually not made out of wood, which branches are. Trees have a strong and hard stem called a trunk. Can you list any trees that you know of? Give you a hint, many fruit grow on trees. I'll give you a minute here to think about it. Alright guys, let's move on. So next we have climbers. These are plants that have soft and weak stems. They typically need support to grow straight. Some examples of climbers are money trees, pea plants, and bean plants. So our picture on the top right, you can see if you look at the trunk of the plant, or the stem, excuse me, it kind of looks like a trunk, but it's actually a stem. The way that these trees are growing is they're growing to kind of interlace. So people will move their branches around so that it's actually supporting itself, but with human intervention. If you look at the plant below the money tree on the top, the one on the bottom, that is a bean plant. Now, if you look behind this giant bean this person is holding, you can see a wooden stake, and then usually there's also like a little metal cage to also help support the plant that goes up. It's not like a cage, but it encases the plant to support it. And then you can see that the plant with the little orange tie is actually tied to the stake, the wooden stake, so it's being supported. Next we have some creepers. Now creepers usually have a soft green stem. They grow along the ground. And that's pretty much it. Some examples of creepers are pumpkins, watermelons, and squash. So they're all actually a part of the same family. Alright, let's move on. Next, we have herbs. Herbs are very small plants with green color and soft stems. Herb leaves, flowers, and seeds are used for flavoring, food, cooking, medicines, and perfumes. Some examples of herbs are mint, parsley, and basil. Now, the picture on our top here, if you read underneath it, it says mint leaves are used for mint flavoring, and that is true. So if you were to actually eat the leaf of a mint plant, it would taste minty, and that's totally safe to eat. You also see right below it basil leaves. Those are used to flavor our food. Now, your parents might use those. It's kind of a bitter taste, but I like basil. It's pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next is shrubs. Shrubs have many branches and grow near the ground. Their stem is thin, woody, and doesn't have a main trunk. So this means that usually they'll have many parts growing onto the ground. That's all the same plant. And they're smaller than a tree. Some examples are a rose plant, which you can see to our right on the top, a cotton plant, which you can see down below, and a mums plant, which is not shown here. Cotton is used to make clothes, so yeah, cotton's in probably almost all the clothes you own. Next, we have wild plants. Wild plants grow naturally for many years. They do not need to be taken care of by people. They can be grass all the way to trees. And then I did find some wild plants native to Minnesota. The yellow lady slipper, which you can see above, that's the flower. And the black willow tree, which is shown below. Next is weeds. Weeds are seen as undesired by people and can grow anywhere. They can grow in gardens, pots, or farms. They grow very fast and can take the place of other plants. Some examples are dandelion and poison ivy. So if you look to the right, you see a picture of dandelions. It's really interesting. Dandelions have long been seen as weeds, but scientists say they are an important source of food for bees. So when bees first wake up from the winter, after being frozen all winter, it's really important that they have food, and dandelions grow really fast, so they provide a source of food for bees. And then below you see poison ivy. You do not want to touch that. I repeat, do not touch. Next, we have water plants. Water plants grow in water, and most of their stem stays underwater. Few plants have big floating leaves, so you can, like lily pads and stuff like that, I'm sure you guys have seen. Some plants grow completely underwater. Some examples of this are hydrilla and seaweed. So if you look above, that's hydrilla. That actually grows in a lot of lakes. Some people will plant those in like an aquarium, different things like that. And then below are seaweed. Seaweed grows in the ocean, and as you can see, it grows really tall, and it's a really healthy food for you. So that wraps it up. We learned a lot about what types of plants there are. If you guys take a look after this video, there should be different resources for your parents to check out. We sent those to you guys. And then there may be some worksheets you can do as well. Have fun checking it out. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.